Wow, would you look at that? It's Friday already. March 15th or 14th. I should know this, but I don't. Well, happy Friday, everybody. It's the Friday soundbyte with your host, me. And I didn't do one. I did record a podcast last week, but I was too lazy/busy to upload it. And my apologies. It wasn't that good, but I'm trying to. If you're gonna be doing this, you got to do it. You can't say you're not gonna. You can't say you're gonna do it, then not do the podcast. So, maybe I'll upload it at some other point. But the news on that podcast is old. That soundbite's old. So, but it is Friday. This is, I guess, the first one in March. Cold as shit right now. If you're out there and about today, it's cold. I think it's going to warm up, though, so that's good. Yesterday was freezing, but it's getting warmer. Spring is sprung, or it's springing as we speak. Days are getting longer. The summer solstice. No, not the summer. Fucking A. Not the summer solstice. The vernal equinox. No, I don't know. The day where, where they move the daylight savings time begins. I think it begins. Oh, it ends. It ends. So we get the 1 hour of sunlight in the afternoon, and we lose, I guess, an hour of sun in the morning, which is all right because eventually it just gets light the whole time. Like in the winter it's always dark, in the summer it's always light. So that's good. Got that going for us. You read something about those places, like, I think Iceland's one of them. I know northern Finland is another. They have, like, 24-hour sunlight. Alaska, too, or darkness. That'd be kind of, I think it'd be fun to visit. I don't know if I could put up with it, though. They say the midnight sun, the sun will be shining, 12 o'clock at night. You could play around a golf from probably, like, 11 to 1 in the morning. That'd be kind of wacky. I gotta think that would just totally throw your brain off. Your brain would be scrambled eggs. It's funny when you think about sleep and all the patterns, human patterns, and how much you rely on the sun and the light in the dark to function. Really interesting stuff. Scientific things. Speaking of scientific things, I don't know what you guys like to watch, but I tuned in last Sunday to The Cosmos with Neil deGrasse Tyson. It's supposed to be a sequel of sorts to Through the Cosmos with what's his face? Carl Sagan. And they showed pictures of Carl Sagan, brilliant guy, fantastic guy, great, got many scientific minds moving. But what the fuck with the hair? I mean, I guess we all have our Achilles heel, but Jesus. I don't even think it was the 70s and the 80s with the weird hair looks. I think it was just didn't give a shit. Just didn't care. I mean, if you're that smart, though, the cosmos, you study the cosmos your whole life. If someone tells you, you should get a haircut, you go, are you kidding me? You know what's going on up there? It's the last thing I'm thinking about. But started watching that with Neil deGrasse Tyson. Pretty cool. Cool things about this universe, our solar system, our planet. It was a little preachy in the sense that they had this little cartoon in the beginning that had this guy that I had never heard of that was prosecuted for his love of the universe, which seemed greatly exaggerated. But I don't know the area, so. Fucking A. I know Copernicus, know that story. I know the story of his deal and, the trouble he went through to get people to realize that the sun doesn't revolve around the earth, Barbara. But that was a little preachy. Other than that, I'm looking forward to learning some stuff about what our solar system and universe is up to. Not that we'll ever go and visit anything besides maybe Mars, but what the hell? Gotta dream. Gotta have dreams in this world, man. Yeah, so check it out. The Malaysian Airlines. Jesus Christ. That thing is... Now, okay, so if you haven't heard about it, fuck you. Go read a book. I think that the plane is in the Indian Ocean because the last thing I read was the USS Kidd was sailing to the Pacific. The Indian, because they said that was where the last the Malaysian government, I think, doesn't know their ass from a hole in the ground. They're like, oh, we don't have this. That wasn't a picture. Blah blah. You guys don't know shit. They should have gave the reins over to the U.S. or maybe even China a while ago, just because I feel like of the countries that could probably figure it out is mainly us and then probably China. Nice that we're working all together. This has really brought the Southeast countries together to work together. It's definitely, I think it's in the Indian Ocean. But the thing is if they find it, it's not like there was a malfunction that wasn't reported and it just crashed. Something definitely happened because it would have had to have flown for a few hours just to get to the Indian Ocean from where it left in Malaysia. So something happened. Excuse me. Hold on. All right. Something must have happened on that plane that, they flew it for so long. And I'm thinking maybe, I don't know. I know that there's some stolen passports. There's possibly terrorists, but I think they proved that wasn't the case. Of course, Iran is saying the U.S. hijacked it so we could frame them and make them look like assholes. It's like, hey, guess what, Iran? We don't have to make you look like assholes. You already are. But it must have flown for something. I'm thinking maybe some sort of autopilot switched and the pilots just don't give a shit on those kind of airlines. Now, I shouldn't say that because I'm sure they're qualified pilots, but maybe something like that and it just didn't pay attention. I don't know. It's very interesting. But all it shows, too, is how big the goddamn globe is. You think, everybody thinks, oh, the government's tracking me, following me, they know everything, right? Well, a 747 can disappear with 230 people on it. They can't find it. So, nobody knows everything yet. Yet. I'm sure one day they will, but for now, planes can still just disappear. Not to make light of a serious situation, but I saw an internet meme, whatever, that had Malaysian Airlines, it's like, a plane's missing, and then it had some little creature at the bottom that said, I hope Amelia Earhart's all right. It's not that funny, obviously, describing it, but it was. I'll try and find it and stick it in the podcast. It made me laugh at the expense of some poor folks on that plane that I probably have deceased, unfortunately. That's the thing about airline. They say flying is the safest way to travel, and it certainly is. You think about how many flights take off and land every day, like thousands, maybe even tens of thousands. But they don't, they don't crash. But when they do fucking crash, it's... they say, that you have a better chance of getting in a car accident, like, X amount of car accidents is in your life, probably a ton, compared to actually getting in a plane accident or crash. And it's like, I get that, but in a car, if you have a seatbelt on and you're aware of what's going on, you have a good chance of walking away from it, with all the safety, airbag and everything. Plane, unless it's a small... unless you're near the runway or something. That plane did crash in California last year. Everyone was all right, but you're kind of fucked. And that sucks. That, plane crashes is kind of game over. You got to get real fucking lucky. Not to. Hopefully no one listening to this is flying soon. I apologize if you are. You know what? I don't fucking apologize. Grow up. But... that's, it's crazy when you think about stuff like that. What the hell was I talking about? Yeah, so the plane, Malaysian, they don't know where it is. Everybody's looking. See, maybe, I'm sure it'll come up eventually. They'll find something. Hopefully, maybe it landed. I don't know. Who knows what's going on? So, Malaysian Airlines still out there. What else? Ukraine. Excuse me for yawning. Ukraine. Wow. Some crazy stuff now. Lincoln yelled at me last week not last week. I said this on the podcast that I didn't post last week. He yelled at me. Said, stop posting serious shit. Well, excuse me for caring about what's going on in the world. Just trying to inform the two people that listen to this, me and my cat, all right? Just trying to help. So kiss my ass. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, Ukraine, crazy. If you don't know about Ukraine, fuck off and go watch a news program, would you? But Kerry's over there now. They gave him an ultimatum for Monday. I couldn't think of a worse way to wake up on a Monday morning after a long weekend. Probably groggy from festivities of maybe St. Patrick's Day, maybe just celebrating living and looking at the news and seeing that Europe is at war with Russia over Ukraine. That would suck. Now, I don't think there's going to be war, and I won't go into a diatribe about this, but Ukraine, God bless them. Know some Ukrainians. They're good people. They are good people. But there's just not a lot over there to fight over. I mean, the thing that pisses me off is they're going, Russia has the policies of the 19th and 20th century, or 18th, 19th. Nobody, that's not a good, that's not, you can't just say that and expect Russia to go, oh, you're right, we should just stop. This is what the Russians in the Crimea did in 1850. No. You gotta kick some ass, take some names, show them a little muscle. You don't have to punch them, just, flex a little bicep, just roll it up a little bit, do a little squeeze, do a little shake, do a little dance, shake your hips, go, what, come at me, and just shake your hips, just show them you mean business. But don't sit there and go, ooh, this is like, this is the policies of the 18th and 19th century Europe. If someone told me that, and I'd be like, oh, really? Oh, so I should stop. Okay. No, I'm not. What are you going to do about it? It's kind of what Putin's doing, I don't think, he doesn't have a lot of power, though. I mean, a lot of people think Russia's like, oh, the Soviet Union's coming back. No, it's not. It's certainly not. Wow, 12 minutes. The hell out of here. But anyway, that's enough about Russia. That's crazy. I'm not worried about it. A little worried about it. Shouldn't worry about it. I'm not worried about it. Shouldn't worry about it. I'm kind of worried about it. That's Russia. So that's kind of a little highlight of what's going on. St. Patrick's Day is Monday, which sucks because nobody wants to drink on Monday. I feel like even college kids don't drink on Monday. Monday is like the quintessential recover. Sunday and Monday are kind of the quintessential relax and recover days, but doesn't mean you can't go have some fun Saturday. But, you can only do so many car bombs. And you're not supposed to call them car bombs if you're in Ireland. So if you're going to Ireland this weekend, watch your mouth, or you will probably get punched. Because it's insensitive to call them car bombs. But don't drink too many of those, because people say they taste like chocolate milk or a shake or whatever. I disagree. On what planet does fucking whiskey and Baileys mixed in a shot glass dropped into a Guinness taste like a goddamn milkshake? Not this planet. Maybe I'll ask Neil deGrasse Tyson to find one in the cosmos where it does taste like fucking a milkshake. But it doesn't. And nobody at the bar pours a and I'm not a beer snob, and I'm not one of those fucking guys that gets pissed off if his drink isn't like, oh, the Guinness isn't perfect, but, or, actually, with Guinness, I take point. Other drinks, I'm not a beer snob or anything. I'll drink, I'll drink Bud Light, Coors Light. I'm crazy about Miller Lite, but, I'm not going to, I hate when people bitch and moan about drinks. Just fucking have your drink and enjoy it. But I hate when they pour the Guinness wrong. And it's not like it's a complicated process. It's just you pour half the glass and you have to let it hit the side. You let it hit the side on the first half. And I could be wrong about this. for a guy that's like, I like my Guinness poured like this. I might be explaining it wrong, but you pour the first half, you let it hit the glass and fill up halfway, and then you look at it, you let the waterfall go, right? You let the nitrogen get it fired up, and then you pour the rest of it just straight into the glass, fill it up, and you have to let the nitrogen ignite the shit so it tastes good. Otherwise, it doesn't taste. It doesn't taste like shit, but it doesn't taste like you want it to taste. And the only way, really, I think, to enjoy a good Guinness is from a bar. That pour. They have it in the bottle and the can. It's okay, but it's not great. I mean, they have the little widget in the can and the bottles, but but it's not great. So that's why be aware of that this weekend if you're going to go out and celebrate being Irish. I think the weather's going to be good too. So that's the weekend. I'll be out and about. Went out last weekend. It was fun. Did a little pub crawl. Good times. Good times were had by all. You got to get out. You got to be social. If you're not being out and social, what the hell? Go have a drink. Spark up a conversation. It's always easier to talk to a lady or a guy, whatever you prefer, and just talking in general after you have a few drinks. I'm not. I know what you're thinking, and don't think that. I'm not condoning alcoholism. I'm just saying, be social for Christ's sake. I'm probably talking to the same guy that's living under a rock who has no idea about the Malaysian Airlines or Ukraine. But go out and enjoy yourself. Life's too short. It's another thing you learn about the cosmos from that show. Life is short. It's a short and sweet thing, and it's been going on long before you came around, and it will be rocking and rolling long after you're gone. So enjoy your time. Wow, this is a little morbid for a Friday, huh? Your life's gonna end. Yeah, Jesus, take it easy. So I guess we'll kind of wrap things up there. Don't want to be too long on this, but yeah, go out this weekend, have a good time. Come say hi if I'm out. I think if you're in Rockland, Players is doing a little show with Edzo, so cool. That's always fun. Always a good time. So, all right. Well, that's all I got for today, and I appreciate you listening, tuning in. And as always, give feedback, share with your friends if you think I am funny, and critique. Let me know. All right, take it easy, guys.